All right, everybody, welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're talking about something super cool.
AI.
Yes, AI.
Mhm.
Specifically, using AI to actually generate podcast conversations.
Which is something that I think a lot of people are really curious about right now.
Right, like how can this actually work? And can it actually sound good?
Yeah, like, is this going to sound like robots talking to each other?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we are going to deep dive into a really interesting tool from Google called NotebookLM.
Which essentially can take, like, your notes or your ideas and turn them into a full-blown conversation.
Yeah, so if you've ever wished that you had like a co-host who was just like brilliant and could like instantly,
Whip up some amazing conversation.
yeah, just like right there, ready to go.
This is it. This is the tool.
This is it. So let's talk about how it actually works.
Hmm.
What are the steps involved in actually using,
So, the first thing is you got to have something to talk about.
right, we need some content.
Exactly. So you're going to gather your materials. This could be like articles, research papers.
Even like those random notes that you take on your phone.
Exactly all those little nuggets of wisdom that you have.
So we're talking about any kind of source material that's relevant to the conversation.
Absolutely.
But here's my question.
Yeah.
Do we just like dump it all into NotebookLM? Is that it?
It's funny you should say that because you wouldn't want to just like dump all of your thoughts
On a person.
on a person in a conversation, right? Like imagine just word vomiting at somebody.
It would be a very one-sided conversation.
It would be a mess. And the same thing is true for AI. You want to give it some structure. So outlining your key points.
Highlighting the questions that you want to see addressed.
It's like giving the AI a roadmap.
Okay, so we've gathered our content. We've got it structured. How do we get it into NotebookLM?
It's actually very simple. You just go to the NotebookLM website.
Okay.
And you upload your documents. And what's really cool is that you can upload multiple files
At once.
at once. You're not limited to just like one article. You can have a whole bunch of different perspectives.
So we uploaded materials. What's the next step? How does the magic happen?
So this is where you're going to look for the button that says Generate Audio Overview.
Okay.
You click on that, and then NotebookLM does its thing.
And what does this thing sound like? What actually happens?
It processes everything that you've given it, and it creates a conversation. Like literally a back and forth.
Wow. So it like writes the script for the conversation.
It writes the script. It even gives you options for different AI voices.
Whoa, wait. So we're not talking about like one generic robot voice?
No, no, no.
Okay.
They have a whole range of voices, so you can choose something that matches your tone.
So like if I wanted to sound, super professional and serious
Exactly.
or like more casual and fun.
There's an AI voice for that.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
much customization.
Yeah.
But what if the AI spits out like a conversation that's like way too long?
You can actually control the length of the conversation,
Oh, wow.
which is super important because maybe you want something really short for social media.
Or like a longer deep dive for your actual podcast. This is amazing. Okay, but I'm guessing even with the power of AI, we still need to like review and edit the conversation, right?
Always a good idea. You always want to listen to what the AI has generated and make sure that it flows well.
And make sure it's actually saying what we want it to say.
Exactly. And the really cool thing is that you can actually edit the script.
Oh, we can?
Yeah. So if there's anything that's like a little bit off, you can just tweak it.
And then like regenerate the audio.
Exactly. It's a very collaborative process.
Okay, so just to recap, we start by gathering our content. We structure it logically. We upload it to NotebookLM. We click that magic button that says Generate Audio Overview.
Choose our voices.
Choose our voices, customize the length, and then we review and edit. It's that simple.
It really is that simple.
This is amazing. It feels like we're like barely scratching the surface of what AI can do for podcasting.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I think, what we've talked about today is just the beginning.
I'm so excited to see where this goes.
Me too.
I mean, think about all the possibilities. Like, could AI eventually come up with its own podcast topics?
Ooh.
Or like analyze listener data and figure out exactly what people want to hear?
That's a really good question. I mean, that is something to ponder. What do you think? Could AI come up with like the perfect podcast episode?
That's a question for another deep dive.
I love it.
Make sure you check out NotebookLM and let us know what you think. We'd love to hear your experiments and your creations. And until next time, happy podcasting.
See ya.
Bye.